Today we're looking at an instance of when a grammatical case determines the meaning. We're looking in Romans chapter 3 verse 9. Let's read it first from the ESV before we dig into the Greek. What then? Are we Jews any better off? No, not at all. For we have already charged that all, both Jews and Greeks, are under sin. So this is in a section in Romans where Paul is giving a hypothetical objection as to whether or not Jews or Gentiles are in a different situation or who's better off, who's worse off regarding sin and righteousness. And so let's take a look at the Greek. The part that we're interested in is in the last part, but it's worthwhile to look at the whole sentence. So let's dive in. Tiun, what then? Literally, what then? It's a question, and it's followed by a second question. Proekomatha. So proekomatha is from pros or pro, which is toward or before, like out in front of, and echo, I have. But here it's sort of middle voice and it's plural, first person plural. What front position do we have? Do we have a position out ahead? Are we better off? Do we have an advantage? It's sort of, it doesn't have a direct English comparison, but when we put the concepts together here, that's what the second question is asking. Do we have priority? Are we better off? And then his answer to his own hypothetical question, upantos, not in any way, not at all. So to the question, do we have any advantage? His answer is not at all. Then we get how he explains his answer. Proetia samatha gar Iudaius te kai Helenas pantas uf hamartian enai. There's tons of stuff here, but it won't take long to get through it. Proetia samatha, have we not prior accused or already accused? It's literally to pose an accusation about someone, like to lay charges against someone. For have we not already laid charges? Have we not already accused? Eudaios te kai elenas. When we get the te and the kai together, it's joining the two together as a both. Both Jews and Gentiles, both Jews and Greeks. And by Hellenas, he doesn't mean Greeks like born in Greece. He means any Hellenized people, any non-Jews of his day in the greater region and where to the people he's writing. Any of the Hellenized peoples in the Roman Empire at the time who are not Jews. So he says, we've already charged them, we've already criticized them. Who's them? Both Jews and Greeks. Go to the last word, enai, to be. Huf hamartian. Huf is hupo, the preposition hupo, but it dropped the omicron and the p turned into a phi because hamartian begins with a vowel. So it's just one of those weird grammatical things where it's difficult to end a word with a vowel and start another word with a vowel. So we've dropped the omicron and the p became a phi. So we know that we've already accused both Jews and Gentiles, both Jews and Greeks, to be under sin. What does he mean by under sin? We have to look at the preposition hupo. We get words like hypodermic from hupo. Hypo, under, dermis, skin. Hypodermic is a needle that goes under your skin, right? So hupo is sort of under, but it means more than just under. So let's look at the meanings of the preposition hupo based on the case that it's being used with. So the preposition hupo with a noun or a pronoun in the genitive case either shows agency or means, and we translate it by. Like You are saved by grace, right? So that's showing either means or agency. You are saved by Jesus as an agent, by grace as the means of that salvation, right? So that's how it would be used if it was modifying something in the genitive case. But when it's in the accusative case, like it is here, the preposition hupo with a noun or a pronoun in the accusative case either shows a spatial relation, which gets translated under or below, like hypodermic, under the skin, or it shows subordination and is translated under with the implication of like under the rule of, or under the authority of, or under the influence of. So what does Paul say to his hypothetical question? Are we in a better position than they? Not at all. Why? He says, we've already made the charge. I've already laid it out that both the Jews and the Greeks are under sin. In what way are they under sin? They're subordinate to sin in the sense that there's a controlling influence by sin that neither one, Jew nor Greek, can wholly escape in and of themselves. And even if they could escape it as in a practical sense, they can't undo the consequences of that prior sin. This is why Paul's letter to the Romans is so vociferous and so strong about the need for Christ to deal with the sin problem, both past and present, because both Jew and Greek, Gentile, free, slave, male, female, doesn't matter. Everybody is in this world under hupo, huf hamartion, under, subordinate to the controlling influence, the negative controlling influence of sin, and therefore needs a savior from said sin. So there you see the power of the case with which the preposition is used to steer us into understanding what the preposition and the noun that it's modifying is telling us. Not under sin in a spatial sense, not by sin in sense of agency or means, but under sin in a subordinate sense, that we're being influenced, or may I even say controlled, by this thing called sin, and therefore need a divine intervention. Hope that made sense. Hope it was clear. Hope it was interesting to you. And if it was, please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend. And until next time, Karas Kai Irene Humine, grace and peace to you.